And yes, beautiful topic of cooperation. But interestingly, when I was thinking about it, I was realizing that it's not a word that we use so much. We do use the word collaboration, but we don't use the word cooperate so much, I sense. But there is a difference. You can use the word collaboration, but I think cooperation is quite a spiritual term, and it adds a spiritual dimension in the sense that when you choose to cooperate with something else, then there is something that you are giving up about yourself or giving of yourself within that. So actually, I quite like this word, cooperate. And in a world where individualism, if there is such a word, is so prevalent, when everybody becomes so insular in their own world, because actually engaging with the world and the people around us can be a little bit challenging as we become more and more distracted by our devices and distracted by the happenings of the world. In a sense, it feels more comfortable and easy to become insular within ourselves. And yet, there is also the idea that a mountain can be lifted through everyone's finger of cooperation. And if we are to lift this mountain of our world of so much pain and so much suffering and war and fighting, then we're all going to have to give a finger of cooperation. And in India, we have this finger where they talk about giving this little finger of cooperation, not this one or that one or that one, but it's the little finger of cooperation that lifts the mountain that needs to be lifted. And so I really love this idea. And for me, it's important to reflect about my own self whenever I'm speaking about these topics. And we have a notion in the Brahma Kumaris, and this word, or the Hindi translation of cooperation, is Sahyog. And we say that when you become Sahyogi, that means when you become cooperative, you become a yogi. Sahyog, cooperation, leads to becoming a yogi. And this is quite profound when you think about it, that how is it that me cooperating with what's outside of me makes me into a yogi? And I'll come back to that in just a moment, but when we look around us, on every level, there is so much cooperation going on, which is so unconscious, which is so unseen, unspoken of. And if there wasn't that cooperation, let's say amongst the elements of water, fire, ether, earth, and sky, because of the cooperation of the elements, we have this amazing world around us. There is a cooperation between the soul and the body. There is cooperation amongst all different aspects of life. And if that cooperation didn't exist, our world wouldn't exist. We wouldn't exist. And so it's important, I feel, to acknowledge the value of cooperation from that place too. And we as human beings, as we have in a sense evolved, if you like, evolved intellectually, evolved psychologically, somehow we've become isolated. As I was saying earlier on, how there is individualism. And so we've kind of become, cooperation is too much work. Cooperation has become hard work for us because of this intellectual capabilities, because we rest, if you like, that's the word I mean, we rest in what we know to be true personally and individually. And yet, when you think about cooperation, you have to be able to get out of that mode and be able to reach out at a level whereby you're having to make your own personal sacrifices. You may have to make sacrifice of your own opinions and idea. You have to be able to listen very carefully to what others are saying. You have to be able to have the trust and conviction that when we come together and when we go from I to we collectively, then there is a greater energy and enthusiasm that is being produced. And so this aspect of Sahyog, cooperation, making you a yogi, is it's this the secret. My sense within that is that as you begin to cooperate with what's around you, with people, and meet people where they are, then naturally and automatically something within your own mind, something within your own heart opens up. It opens up to allow, to accommodate, but also a part of you becomes silent. And I don't mean silent out of suppression. I mean silent out of love, silent out of curiosity, silent out of trust, silent out of conviction and faith that everyone has a contribution to make in this. And so you are making a sacrifice of your own self, and there is some sort of unconditionality born out of that. And I have the feeling that when you become that, when you are able to allow yourself to be silent, be open, reach out, then you become a yogi. And when we're talking about yogi in the Brahma Kumaris, you're not talking about the yoga of the postures and exercises, you know all that. But we're really becoming a yogi in which there is this deeper connection with one's own self, this sense of the beauty and the truth of one's own self. So that's one level of yoga, because yoga means a union, it means a connection, it means a connectedness. And so first and foremost, I'm coming from that place of a union, oneness within my own self, whereby I don't need to prove anything. I don't need to be able to, uh, uh, yeah, to force or manipulate or anything. And then I'm actually preparing my mind to naturally be in a state of yoga. And when I'm reaching out to others with that sense of, what is important in cooperation, I feel is that everyone is really searching and looking for a sense of belonging, a connectedness with others. And when I'm willing to cooperate, then I'm opening the door to a sense of connectedness. I'm opening the door to a sense of belonging to each other. I'm opening the door to that trust. And as I do that, then a bigger picture unfolds. And so the second step to becoming a yogi is a yogi in which there is a connection with the greater good, if you like. There is a connection with the divine. There's a connection with the supreme. And so everything that I do, everything that I'm part of, actually comes from my place of cooperation, my sense of wanting to cooperate for all of us to evolve together into something else. But here, the second aspect of this I'd like to speak about also is, so it's in a sense a catch-22 or a paradox, if you like. When you become yogi, sahayogi, cooperative, you can be a yogi. And when you become a yogi, you can become sahayogi as well. So when it works both ways. And so the aspect of becoming a yogi is that when I practice this yoga, this union with my own self, this union with the divine, the union with this greater good that actually fundamentally holds the whole of the universe, that holds our planet, that holds everything that's happening in the sense of benevolence. And even if it doesn't appear to be like that right in front of me, but there is benevolence filled within that. So, I also need to be paying attention or endeavoring to be a yogi so that I can be cooperative. And part of that exercise is also that when I'm practicing being a yogi, I am learning to reduce the quality of, reduce my thought, the number of thoughts that I have, the speed of thoughts I have, and therefore I endeavor to engage in essential thinking. And non-essential thinking is thinking about the past, thinking about other people, thinking about the future. So the essential thinking is what is required in the moment, at this moment in time. And what is it that travels with me? What travels with me is that which is essential. So the more I practice essential thinking, then I take with me that which is essential also. This then allows me to, when you're engaging with other people, we know it's not that everybody is perfect just the way we want them to be, and that they will be that. Never, probably. And so I practice, I bring in the practice of being tolerant. How tolerant can I be? I heard this lovely expression that when I am tolerant, then also I can be a yogi, in the sense that when I'm patient, when I'm allowing other people the permission to be who they are and what they are and how they express themselves, even if it's different from mine, it's okay. In that moment, I'm practicing tolerance, then accommodating every aspect of what life offers to me, becoming like an ocean that absorbs. The analogy of the ocean is lovely in the sense that ocean is so vast, so deep, that whatever rubbish anybody throws into it, it's not good for it, but it buries it underneath in the bed of on the bed of the sea, and you only see on the surface, but the depth of the ocean and the stillness of the ocean. Other aspects that come as a result of practice of yoga is the ability to discern. And so discerning what is right and what is not, what is working, what is not working, and how do I engage with that? How do I engage with compassion? How do I engage with love with that, so that I can make an accurate judgment of a situation and respond to it. So this yoga allows all of these capabilities to come to the surface, because my heart expands. It is only then I can truly, truly be cooperative with the bigger picture and the greater good that is required at this moment in time. It's not about what happened in the past and what's going to happen in the future, but what is it that is needed right now? And so cooperation allows me to offer myself in this way. And I really love this idea of knowing that our world is in need of help right now. And no individual, no politician, no religious leader can really do it on their own. All of us together have to come together, be cooperative, be in alignment with each other, not because we are the same as each other, but even though we're different from each other, we can collectively come together to work together. And I just love that idea. And so I feel that cooperation at this moment in time, particularly, I live in a community of 25 people, 24/7. And I see how essential it is to cooperate. And it's not about the task only. I see something that needs to be done. And do I leave it for someone else because it's not my task, it's someone else's task? Or am I willing to just say, okay, it's there, it doesn't need to be there. Do I pick it up? I cooperate in different ways. I cooperate with my good feelings. I cooperate with my smiles. I cooperate with keeping a good spirit to collectively create a vibration and energy that is uplifting for the people that are here and also the people that come here. So, cooperation is a beautiful, beautiful subject. And, at the beginning, I was thinking, well, how do you speak about cooperation? But as I started to think more and more, I begin to see that, and in fact, some of it we do naturally, but some of it we do have to prepare for, as I said, all the different aspects of preparation so that we can work together with love and with harmony. And now is the time. Now is the time that we have to do it.